Hey guys, Tom here from Growth Hacker, and in this video I'd like to go through the 7 books that I most recommend to entrepreneurs that I work with. So first things first, this book, Start With Why, by Simon Sinek. This is a fantastic book, one that I read about 6 years ago when I was starting my first company. It is a great book to give you direction on what your business needs to be all about, the culture that you want to create within your company, the values that you want to have, and it can drive a lot of your marketing activity. So what this book talks about is basically the difference between great companies and average companies and the way that they communicate. And it all starting with why you do what you do. Most businesses know what they do and can communicate those concrete things, but not many businesses know why they do what they do. And if you can put that into words, then your business will go a long way. So that is Start With Why. Continuing on the product ideation front and the kind of creation of your business and your business strategy, this book is very highly recommended. If you're in the startup space, you'll likely have heard of this book before, 0 to 1 by Peter Thiel. What this book is all about is how to create a business that is unique, valuable, that captures high profits and creates a monopoly. So when you look at companies like Facebook, Airbnb, Uber, Google, they were all built on value capturing secrets that allowed the business to generate high profit margins. Okay, so there is a whole load of value in this book on how to make sure that your business is really valuable. And you may be thinking, well, those are huge rocket ship companies that are on a global scale, but I think in any business, whatever you're doing, even if you're a local business, there's principles in here that you can take to make sure that your business becomes valuable and that you are able to capture high profit margins and grow quickly. So highly recommended in the early stages as well. Next book that I'd recommend, again, strategy book. This book, The 22 Laws of Marketing. This is a really nice, quite an old book, but it has one section in it that I'd really like to recommend that you look at. You don't actually need to purchase this book, to be honest. You just need to look at this one rule, and that is the law of category. So leading on from the 0 to 1 book, what this book kind of focuses on is how to create a category of your own for your business, really, so that you can differentiate yourself from competition and you can find blue oceans. So there's another book that leads on to that from this called Blue Ocean Strategy. It all kind of falls under the same kind of category with 0 to 1, this book, and Blue Ocean Strategy, that we're trying to create a business model that eradicates the competition and is in a category of its own, because that is where we can capture high profit margins and generate a lot of value. Okay. Next book that I would recommend. This is a pretty old book. Again, I read this when I was in my early 20s. I think if you're starting out in entrepreneurship, it's just a fantastic book to read. It's quite empowering. So it's by Tim Ferris, who's a well-renowned entrepreneur, but also an investor and also just general experimenter who has done so many different things in a lot of different domains as well. So some of the things in this book are slightly outdated. I think he's done a remastered version, but I think that the main thing that you can get out of this book is how to set up systems that make you very time efficient. Obviously, the book is all about how to work 4 hours a week and generate an income. So if you're able to take those principles, it allows you to get way more done in less time. There's some really good stuff about how to create passive income streams and how to use marketing techniques in here as well. Make sure if you're going to go into detail on the marketing that you take the new version, because the old one in this book is slightly outdated, but great for your systems, that book. Next one, also by Tim Ferris, Tools of Titans. This book is huge, so thick. You get an incredible amount of value from this book, because what Tim Ferris has done with this book is, read the title, The Tactics, Routines and Habits of Billionaires, Icons and World-Class Performers. So this is made up of like a series of over like hundreds of interviews where he has took the tactics and routines that highly successful people are using, and then from there he has distilled that into kind of short stories and also into little paragraphs about each of the entrepreneurs. So This is really great book. What you'll find with this book is that you don't need to read it from start to finish. You can just pick out bits that are interested to you, but I found so many great resources from this book. It opened up a whole new kind of group of opportunities where I was able to then pick and choose different blogs that I started to listen to, other books that I found off the back of this one. So really great resource. Next up, the EMyth Revisited. I think if you've got a business established, particularly if you're in the kind of small business space, this book is really useful. It tells you how to put processes in place so that the people in your business are set up for success, really. I use this book quite extensively with the startup that I was working on, Kids DXB, to go from a 2-man team to a 20-man startup. And that was all done through these systems. It kind of focuses quite heavily on the McDonald's model, how McDonald's was able to create an incredibly consistent service all over the world, way more consistent than if you went to like the 4 or 5-star restaurant next door. You get a way more consistent service, but you'd be getting that in spite of the fact that the people in McDonald's who were working there didn't have any experience beforehand of being in the food and beverage industry. So it shows you how to treat your business as a system and as a machine to produce results, and also that your business is way more than the service that you're delivering or the product that you're delivering. It's about all of the things that form around making your product, from attracting customers to bringing them into your service itself, to how you're going to onboard them, to how you're then going to follow up and make sure that they're successful, and focusing on that whole kind of system rather than just focusing on the product or service, which I think is a trap that small businesses sometimes fall for. Last one, viral loop. If you have a B2C business, or you have a business with a lot of customers, you can really benefit from this book. This book by Adam Penenberg, really great resource. Okay, what this book talks about is how to create a system where people will share your content or share your offering, so that then each user turns 1 user into 2 users into 3 users. Okay, and it gives you a series of techniques on how to set up viral loops as well. Okay, I will do a future video relating to viral loops, which kind of breaks down the kind of technicalities of it and some software that you may want to use, but from a strategy point of view about how viral loops work and how rocket ship companies have used them to grow, this is a great resource. So that is it, guys. Those are the 7 books that I would both recommend the most. If you want to implement any of the strategies in these books and you're not sure how to, then please reach out to me, and thanks for listening.